and welcome back to the Trekking Twosome. Today we're going to take you to one of our favorite trails and can be an addition to last week's hikes, the historic railroad trail out by the Hoover Dam. The railroad trail runs along the historic route from Boulder City through the Hemingway Wash all the way to the Hoover Dam. It was built back in 1931 and was a series of 30 miles of railroads that were established to build the Hoover Dam. It was connected to a concrete mix plant that was near the Black Canyon, on the rim of the Black Canyon, and it ran 24 hours a day to bring supplies in and out to build the Hoover Dam. The trailhead itself is about 45 minutes outside of Las Vegas, and like I said, you can also add it on if you're quick enough to get through the Valley of Fire. You can continue down through the Valley of Fire, and it's approximately about an hour drive from there if you go out the east entrance and then down by Lake Mead. And then instead of going into Lake Las Vegas, continuing on, you'll run into the trailhead. Upon arriving at the trailhead, there are 3 areas to park. You can park at our preferred parking area, which is the lower parking lot at the beginning of the trailhead. However, it is limited parking there, and so if you get there at a peak time throughout the year, then you're going to want to then proceed up to the visitor center, and that's the Lake Mead Visitor Center. There's plenty of parking there as well, and the trail connects over and you can continue on. The third place to park is up at the Hoover Dam Lodge. And that's just going to add a little bit more of a strenuous hike because you do have to hike down to get to the trailhead from the hotel there and their parking lot, which is fine when you're hiking down, but you also have to hike back up after going and completing the hike, which makes it a little bit more strenuous. So if you are fine with that option, that's another great area to park as well. The trail itself takes you through a series of 5 tunnels, and you have stunning views of Lake Mead as you're going along. It's a very flat trail, as you'll see in some of the upcoming videos. Great for e-bikes and pretty much anybody of any activity level. You can go through and hike through all 5 tunnels before entering into the Hoover Dam area. Into that point, it's about 2.25 miles. From that point, there's actually a rest area there and a bathroom, and you can continue on and actually walk into the Hoover Dam area where you can proceed to go around the boneyard area where you can see various parts and pieces over the history that have been used at the Hoover Dam, or you can take a side trail that's kind of more of a shortcut, which takes about a 1/4 mile off of your round trip. And from there you can proceed to going on to the bridge itself where you can view the Hoover Dam. And from there it's beautiful and great views. The total trail, once you go out to the bridge and then come all the way back, is approximately about 8 miles in total. So once you come up the trail from the lower parking lot, you're going to proceed and see a gate. You'll proceed through the gate, but just know that during the summer months when it's extremely hot here, those gates are closed and the trail is closed to prevent people from getting heat exhaustion and having to do emergency rescues. So just keep that in mind if you're coming here in the summer, that this trail is a no-go.
On the railroad trail today at Lake Mead. Great views of Lake Mead itself, the marina, and about to enter the first of 5 railroad tunnels on our journey to the Hoover Dam.
As you proceed into the tunnels, you'll see that it's a bit cooler within them, as well as keep your eyes open because you may see bats. They tend to like to live in the tunnels and can be there throughout the year. It also, you can see as you look above, some of the remnants of the smoke from the trains themselves as they ran through them while the Hoover Dam was being constructed. There are 5 tunnels in total that you can pass through on your way to the Hoover Dam. And some of them you'll see have been, well, they were reinforced with wood to keep from collapsing. Those have been refurbished because there was a fire back in the early 90s that destroyed some of them. And so the Park Service has gone through and restored some of them. So you'll see those there. Additionally, as you go through some of the other tunnels, you'll see some of them have been supported with shipping containers. So you'll end up just walking through those. And again, that's just to prevent any type of collapse that could happen in the tunnels. As you're walking along the path, you'll see some remnants of either the Hoover Dam or the railroad itself. You'll see railroad ties that have been placed on the side and have kind of fallen down the pathway. Additionally, you'll see the concrete plugs that were used as temporary placeholders within the Hoover Dam in the floor. And so those were removed when the turbines came in, and that's what creates the electricity. So you'll get to see those as well as you're walking down the path.
As we head through the last tunnel on the railroad trail, you'll come to the end with a picnic area and a restroom. You'll continue left through the gate on your way to the Hoover Dam or the Pat Tillman Bridge. When you reach this point in the railroad trail, you have two options. One, to go straight to the Boneyard, which is one of my favorite spots on this trail. It shows many of the current and past parts used in the Hoover Dam. Or you can take this shortcut to the right, which cuts about a half a mile. So here at the Boneyard, you can see many of the old tracks used to build the Hoover Dam and many parts that have been replaced over the years. Once you head down from the Boneyard, you'll come to an exhibit with parts from the Boneyard. From here, you'll cross the street and head to the Hoover Dam, or take a right before the street and head towards the O'Callahan-Tillman Bridge. So here on top of the Pat Tillman O'Callahan Bridge, overlooking the beautiful Hoover Dam, it's one of the best sights you can see.
At the top of the trailhead, you'll also see the Lake Mead Visitor Center, which is full of exhibits to go and take a look at. And there's also a gift shop if you want to purchase anything there as a souvenir. Thanks for following along today as we shared one of our favorite trails, the Historic Railroad Trail, with all of you. If you liked anything specific in the video or you want to know more, please share a comment down below. And if you like what you're seeing, please feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks, and have a great rest of your week.